Hi everyone, my name is Sani and I'm working as a flight attendant for more than 3 years. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you things that we are not allowed to do at any price. For some of that, we can even get fired. So keep watching till the end. Maybe you're wondering what is it like to be a flight attendant, or you actually want to be one of us. I hope it will be interesting for you. Let's start. First thing. Sometimes people are asking us, can we please get an access to the flight deck? Unfortunately, the answer is no. By the aviation safety procedure, we are not allowed to let anyone enter the flight deck. Only us, we know the access there, and we also trained what to do in case someone demands an access to the flight deck. So we know what type of procedure we should follow in case someone is really crazy about getting to the flight deck. But if you are the aviation enthusiast and you really want to see what is it in the A380 flight deck cockpit room, what is it there? Is it that amazing as it seems? The only advice I can give you is to have a look on the website or go to YouTube live stream or Google it. Unfortunately, you cannot get an access. There would be really rare cases in case you're the last passenger and everyone is already off board, and then the captain and first officer is also off the flight deck. Then maybe they can give you a chance to have a look, but obviously you are still not allowed to enter there. Second thing is tips. If you thought that you really liked the way flight attendants were serving you and supporting you on a flight, and then you decided to share some tips with us, please don't do that, because it's not allowed for us to accept tips. But what is actually really nice from you, it's treats or sweets. In the beginning of the flight, if you really want to show the respect, or maybe some of your friends working as a flight attendant, you can bring some sweets or treats for us. We really appreciate that and we accept that. But tips as money, I think it even will be unrespectful for us. By the way, in some of the airlines there is a pouch for the donation. So if in case you're traveling from one country to another and you don't want to keep the money, the cash anymore, then you can just put it in that pouch that is there for kids and people who need our support, and then they will be sent for donation. Third thing is sitting on a passenger seat. Of course, we have specific seats dedicated for us that calls jump seat. By the way, passengers are not allowed to sit on a jump seat either. So everyone has their own seats. Seats for passengers, seats for flight attendant. But in some of the flights, we might have a dedicated seats that are booked specifically for flight attendant in case we need to have a rest. Or also there is an exceptional thing, that is a turbulence. In case there is a severe turbulence and we need to sit very fast somewhere, there is no space around, we can sit on a passenger seat, or even in case the aircraft is full, we can even consider sitting on the passenger's lap. In case of a turbulence, anything can happen, so of course we need to think about our safety. Number 4, we are not allowed to use our cell phones during the flight and in public as well. There would be exceptional reasons, as if we have a break or if we are seated in the airport, then we can use it. But other than that, no. The reason is your safety. With the cell phone, you can easily get distracted and you can miss a call or an emergency sound. That's why we are not allowed to use it. By the way, reading a book or a magazine is also not allowed, and sometimes it's really hard because the flight can be long and we wouldn't have anything to do. But the thing that we are doing, we talk to each other. So if you've heard the flight attendants talk to each other a lot, please forgive us. We need to be busy, we need to entertain each other somehow, so we don't get sleepy and we actually stay awake. Next one is lifting your cabin bags in the head track. A lot of people mistakenly assume that flight attendants are there to lift the cabin bags for people. But of course it's not like that. We are not allowed to lift anyone's bag. The exceptional reason would be an old passenger or a passenger on wheelchair, a lady that needs assistance with her kids. There would be exceptional cases when we actually willing to help. But again, it's totally up to us, and sometimes we can just help you. Imagine all the people are asking us to lift their bags in the head track. What would happen to our bag in the end of the flight? By the way, it's not even covered for us by the insurance in case we damage our bag while lifting someone's suitcase. Next one is limitation to jewellery. I love different type of jewellery, but on a flight we need to keep it very classic and very simple, so nothing like piercing, nose piercing, ears piercing, or different type of rings are allowed for a flight attendant. There are different explanations. First of all, of course, it's a safety, but also it's just the image and uniform standards of each and every airline. Coming on a flight without the hand watch. It's not allowed for us, and we must have a hand watch. Shouldn't be any electronic watch as Apple Watch or sport watch. It should be just a normal watch, because we need to always keep on track of the time of the flight. In case there is an emergency situation, we need to track the time, minutes, and even the seconds. Any medical situation that happened on board requires us also to track the time of the situation, when it started and how long it stayed. So in case I forgot the watch and I came for a flight, I won't be allowed to fly, or there would be just someone, if someone is really nice and has an extra watch, they can borrow me, and only then I can still operate the flight. Next one is chewing gum. We are not allowed to have a chewing gum during the flight or before our flight, walking in the uniform. First of all, it's image and uniform standards. It doesn't look professional, but also it's not safe to have a chewing gum. Even though nowadays with the face mask on, no one can see you if you are doing it discreetly, still it's not allowed because it's not safe to have a chewing gum on a flight. Last one, and actually very obvious one, is alcohol. Of course, flight attendants are not allowed to consume alcohol on a flight, but we are also not allowed to consume alcohol before the flight, before specific amount of the time of the flight. Maybe you want to ask how they can check that. For that one, we have a drug and alcohol test that sometimes very randomly can happen to anyone before the flight, or even before going from layover, like from the foreign destination in the hotel. They just do the drug and alcohol test and check if there is something in your blood. That's how they actually catch the people that are making crazy things. Because for me, this is crazy, to be honest. By the way, if in case someone was detected for drug or alcohol before the flight, and then they do the investigation and they actually prove that the person consumed alcohol or a drug before the flight, of course the person will be terminated. And by the way, even for passengers, I would suggest kindly to consume as less alcohol as possible on a flight, because it dehydrates your body so much. There is nothing worse than having alcohol on a flight. There are so many other things, guys, that I can share with you, but I want to know if it's interesting for you. Please let your comment below and let me know if you are interested of this type of content. I'll be happy to do it again and share with you more. Bye.